At you with late and breaking news, coming at you with the Juggernaut Punch, baby, for December 16th, 2015. And with late and breaking news, crap, hold on. With the Juggernaut. Damn it, I hate when double audio pops up. Sorry about that, guys and gals. But where was I? It's late. I saw some breaking news. Had to come out with a quick response video to this, so I have kind of prepped a couple of things, but without further ado, let's get started. As you see, Kojima Productions and Sony officially announced partnership. So good news is Kojima Production lives on, and it's not a surprise that he went with Sony. I think we had mentioned it on our podcast that a while ago, that if Kojima was going to go anywhere, I kind of foresaw that it would either be Nintendo or Sony, so I'm not shocked in the slightest. So as you can see here, the news broke, IGN.com. Alright, now I'm not gonna play the video because the show has been picking up momentum, and I'm dealing with a bunch of copyright issues. But with that, Sony has announced a partnership with Kojima Productions. Hideo Kojima's new independent development studio, which will create a new game for PlayStation platforms. Check out the company's new logo below, and come back to IGN on December 16th at 3 p.m. Pacific time for an interview with Kojima. Okay, that looks like a cool ass logo. I like that. That's looks like a knight, and you can kind of see through it and see like the skull in there. I think that's dope. Kudos, Kojima. I'm glad you're still able to produce games, and with Sony's funding, I think that he can continue to make the greatest games that he has made, in my opinion, because I've been a big fan of his storytelling in Metal Gear, Zone of Enders, and what have you, and Silent Hills. So Kojima's contract with Konami terminated today, December 15th. I thought it was actually going to be going to the end of December, but hey, 2 weeks early is better than nothing. He wrote on Twitter, "My employment contract with Konami has been terminated as December 15th, so today marks a new start for me. I'm committed to be involved in creating creative activities for as long as I live." Good. I'm glad. You do some great work, Hideo. I'm glad that he's still able to do it, because some folks might have said, hey, you know what, if he doesn't have financial backing or funding, the best thing to do would have been latch on to one of the major conglomerates in the gaming industry to keep his lifeline going. So like, I hope like how the new gaming order did predict something like this would occur, it would be natural to predict that he may bring in his old team. So with that being said, Kojima Productions announced the studio will begin focusing its efforts in developing products that will push the boundaries in innovation and ignite consumer interest worldwide. Just his name alone is going to be a significant boost to the already commanding presence that the PlayStation 4 has worldwide. So looking at that, I see that it's going to be very interesting. The studio's website is now live and has numerous job listings. Duh, pick up your old people, Kojima. It would just, hey, bring the good old boys back, do some great things. The video you can see, again, I don't want to play that and get into hot water. Speculations out of Japan earlier today asserted that Kojima was indeed officially out of Konami, ready to open a new studio and partnering with Sony. Good. Very good, very good. So, just bringing you that news. With that, I'm a fan of Kojima and his work. and not so much the platform he's working with, but I'm gonna support him. I'm gonna support him because he really made an impression on me as a gamer. Like, I'll never forget playing Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation original, where I was like, man, this was like a damn movie. It just really pulled me in. And considering now, if he doesn't, obviously he doesn't have the IPs to Metal Gear, so I don't know if he will continue to do Metal Gear type games. Maybe now Sony will cater to his wants and needs to keep him happy. So looking at, like, he wanted to do other things, and Konami kept shoehorning Metal Gear, Metal Gear, Metal Gear, Metal Gear. And even with the Phantom Pains is arguably being the best Metal Gear created, he wanted to do other things. It's like Akira Toriyama had to take a break from doing Dragon Ball for how many years? And then he came out with Dragon Ball Super. So that's just something to bear in mind. With that being said, here's the new logo. This will be the foundation for Thursday's podcast, and that should be the last podcast for Thursdays. After Christmas, we're going to be switching to Saturday mornings, where On Your Knees will be available. So just stay tuned for that. I also wanted to address something with, it's just getting old. Let me kind of zoom out. The cropping is kind of bad, but I'm not going to put the name out there. But the partnership between Sony and Hideo Kojima has finally been confirmed. This is the beginning of the end of Microsoft. Praise be to the mighty PlayStation brand. LOL. You know who you are. I don't see the point in making a comment like that, where it's just like, okay, if you don't like Microsoft, don't invest in it. The one thing I will say, the difference between you and I never would wish Sony to fail or Nintendo to fail, but to make a comment like that goes to show you, or that my audience, like, that's the stuff that I try to stay away from. But going forward, I'll just ignore it. I'm not gonna pay it no mind anymore. But I will address that. Like I said, that is a fanboy comment, but it's your opinion. I can't crucify you for it. But you know who you are, and maybe it's good that it clipped it. But now Microsoft, who could be possibly cut off from having works from him, like as a third party, it's good for Sony side of the house, but others who've also enjoyed from other camps, you can't rub it in or stick salt in the wound like that. But it is what it is. True supporters will support Kojima at all costs. It shouldn't really matter. So with that being said, I just had to address that one because I found it amusing, to say the least. But make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on newgamingorder.com for the latest and greatest video gaming news. I am Alex Exis, aka smacking people like the Juggernaut bitch. And I will see you guys on Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for our podcast. That will be the last one on Thursdays. Again, I repeat, the last one on Thursdays. The 26th, after Christmas, we will start airing on Saturday mornings. The time will be determined on Thursday's podcast. So thank you guys for joining me. This has been Alex Lexus.